Hey y'all, it's Dr. Charlie. Today I want to talk about Frozen, the movie. I know if you are a parent of a small person, maybe, and you don't want to talk about Frozen because you've seen it 6,029 times. But what I think Frozen did for Disney has a history of showing women in a very kind of passive light. Princess culture that's again maybe another video. Everything's another video, right? But Frozen, I saw Frozen on a very bad date a couple of years ago when it came out. It was still in the theater. I was surprised. I had been kind of cocooned away working on graduate school at the time, and um, and it was sort of a last resort kind of thing. And I said, fine, if we're going to go see a movie, then I'm going to go see a movie I want to see. And that movie is Frozen. My most favorite part about Frozen is at the end, the consent that Anna gives Kristoff. Kristoff, she had just presented him with a new sled. And he said, oh, I could kiss you. And then he's like, wait, I really do want to kiss you. May I? And she said, you may. So that is my most favorite part. I also love that the true love, was a sister love. Can I pause here for a second and talk about Queen Elsa's hair? I've never seen a white woman with hair that thick. Like, that's what my hair would look like if it were braided. And so that kept confusing me in the movie, honestly. But I appreciated the sister love. I also appreciated the different kind of narrative for Disney in particular. Again, Disney has very passive princesses who need someone to save them. So I really appreciated that you're kind of watching Anna's journey as she never gives up, first of all, but she never gives up on her sister. And for a long time in the movie, you don't know who the villain is. There's no direct. You're like, Kristoff seems like a really nice guy, but so does Hans at first, of course, before he switches and is a double crosser and kind of looking for this very materialistic kingdom, as it were. But I really, this is what was on my mind this morning. But I really appreciate kind of that as the beginning of new narratives. It's certainly not an actual beginning. We call things beginnings when they make it to mainstream. Certainly, and let's not forget that it's still a very, very white movie that takes place in Scandinavia. So that it's not a new beginning as far as diversity. It is a new beginning, or I would say it marks an era in a similar way that what Jurassic Park did for CGI, for computer graphics, and what Black Panther has done, is doing, will continue to do for movies with casts of color, with casts primarily of color. Frozen did the similar thing for Disney as far as diversity of script, I would say, and representation. So representation always matters. It always matters to see yourself, and yourself is a physical thing. Yourself is also an ideological thing. Like, these are ideas that I think that I have. I want to see more of that. So that works in all directions, of course. That works in harmful directions. It works in helpful directions. I think Frozen, I remember when I saw it, I was like, this is really good. I did not know at the time about the explosion that had been Frozen, even up to that point, and certainly after that point. But I said, this is a really good movie. But part of it, the reasons I stated before, seeing this new narrative, seeing these women, these young women who are so spunky and still kind of do their own thing in a humorous way. Anna is just lovable. Like, she never gives up. She never gives up on the hope of her sister. She never gives up on saying, but she's my sister. Like, of course I know her, even when there were so many things that she didn't know about her sister with the magic and all of that. I love how the trolls are incorporated. I love how she, dreamt that a troll had kissed her and made her hair gray, her hair white, and how that was incorporated then. Of course, Kristoff was raised by the trolls. So I really liked the difference of story and the difference of representation. And while no movie, no thing, no image is going to be completely without problems, without things that it could do differently or things that it could do better. I think that Frozen was a really, really good start. And those things are starting to transfer at a larger scale to representation of women as active forces of nature rather than passive. I say princesses, but I like the diversity of princess too, but rather as passive receptacles of being saved and needing to be saved, and that sort of being their sole existence. When Anna was, when Hans turned, showed his face, I guess, Anna just sort of, she was hurt, yes, and she took it with a grain of salt and said, well, I was wrong about that thing. There's other things to learn, and there's other kind of ways to learn them, and maybe people to learn them with, which, of course, Kristoff was a good example of. All right, good folks, that's Frozen. That's my take on Frozen, the movie, which was excellent, in my opinion. And I will connect with you again soon. Take great care.